Okay, this is funny. Happy day 520 of what's she up to now? She, of course, being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, also known as Pajama Grandma. And I'm looking for, I can't remember how to create these frames or borders, and on Facebook Live or other media or on podcasts or for mostly for video. I'm looking for a frame. I want to create my own custom frame. And so as I'm going through these, I found one from my old network marketing company. I found one for funnel hackers for ClickFunnels. So I picked that one because I keep picking hearts and stars and stuff, and that doesn't exactly depict what I want to depict in what it is that I'm doing for my different frames. So I will remember today how to create these frames, how to create frames around my videos, because I want to do that. I want to be able to call it attention, a different frame for each of the segments that I do. And not to call it attention, but to give people an idea of what the topic is, so they can decide if they want to watch the video or not. If they want to see my crazy hair and my crazy eyes. It looks like I got punched in the eyes today. I don't know. Having trouble with my eyes, so they don't always look awesome. So what am I up to as I'm transitioning from the offline brick and mortar world in corporate America to the online world? Right now, I was just mapping out today's day 60 of the 90-day Influencer Live Video Challenge, and we're going through the sideways presentation. We're on phase 3, and it talks about the old story. So that gets me thinking about, you know, how was I thinking before I made the change that I made, that I'm talking about in the product and the offer that I'm making. And it's got to do with chronic pain and illness, and how to make money with chronic pain and illness, or in spite of having chronic pain and illnesses. And what is the old story? What are the excuses that we're telling ourselves from an internal perspective? What stories are we telling ourselves about why we're not capable of, in this situation, making money in pain, because we've got pain. We've got pain and we've got headaches, and we can't work a traditional job, right? But I think that I decided who I'm going to advocate for and advocate against in that situation, just as I'm planning out that for this particular 90-day challenge. So day 60, I'm excited about how it's going. It's going really, really well. I love challenges, but each one has its own personality, and each one actually ends up being a little bit different than I anticipated when I started doing it. This one I'm doing with Heather Ann Havenwood, the sexy boss, which is really funny to have the sexy boss and the pajama grandma doing something together. But it's fun. Like I said, I love challenges. I find them the quickest, fastest, easiest way to get a result that you want, a specific result. I think when they are designed to get a specific result, they are a lot more successful than if they're just kind of an overall, oh, I want to feel better, I want to feel healthier, I'm going to challenge myself for 28 days to see how much better I can feel. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. You have to have a specific result or goal that you want at the end of it and be going for that goal. It's just like having a vague idea of what you want to create in your life versus having a specific set of goals that you're going for. The people that write down their goals, it's scientifically proven. My dad always nagged us kids about that, and my grandkids. I remember before he passed away, one of the things he kept saying was, kids, you have to write down your goals. You have to write down what you want. And not just us, but to our kids as well. And I think it's because it's so easy to lose our sense of direction if we don't have a sense of direction. If we don't have something that we're working toward, if we don't have something that we're working for, and I don't mean like physically working like a job, I mean moving toward because we want it in our life. We tend to lose direction. We tend to be distracted and pushed off in all different ways and down different roads that aren't right for us, because we're not focused on asking ourselves, well, is that moving me toward what I want, or is that moving me away from what I want? And it's really easy if you've got that guiding light in your life to say, this is where I'm going. It's easy to make choices and decisions faster and easier than other people and for yourself, because it's a simple question. Either it's moving me toward what I want or it's not. If it's moving me away from what I want, I'm not going to do it. If it's moving me toward what I want, I am going to do it. And maybe I won't do it, but it may be I'm more likely to do it than if it's moving me. It definitely won't do it if it's moving me away from what I want. It's just a good guiding principle to have in your back pocket to move you toward what it is that you want. So the 90-day challenge, of course, working on that. Today happens to be a Saturday, so it's a weekend. So not hanging out with my beautiful granddaughter. So I will be doing projects around my house and my life that I need to get done, that I want to get done, that are moving me toward what I want. Today's topic was raising Cain and advocating and standing up for ourselves and for other people. I think raising Cain to me isn't loudly complaining or being annoying, I think that I like to look at all these things and find what's the positive aspect of it. What is the thing in it, the message in it, or the lesson that I can learn? And to me, it isn't about being wildly unpredictable or being wild and having wild behavior. It's about actually behaving in a louder sense when it's appropriate, complaining loudly when it's appropriate, in terms of speaking up against injustices, things that I don't think are right for myself or for other people. And you don't have to do that loudly. You can do that in a respectful way without being obnoxious. I used to travel with a guy, and I hated traveling with him in corporate America, because whenever anything went wrong, he was yelling and screaming at somebody else. It was never our fault or his fault. It was yelling and screaming and blaming somebody else. And I just can't stand that behavior. It's like we all experience things for a certain reason. And, usually if we were experiencing something negative, it's because we caused it. We all missed a flight once. There were a group of us traveling together, and we missed the plane because we left the meeting late. We had to return the rental car. And by the time we did all that, we missed our flight. And instead of saying, okay, we need to get on another flight, we missed our flight, he was yelling and screaming at the, not flight attendant, but the flight reservations lady desk, that the person working at the desk. I don't remember what they were called back then, but it was just so embarrassing, and just made it so that I never wanted to travel with that person again. And I usually found reasons that other people could travel with him. I think we went on a couple more trips, but I did tell him, I said, I that's just not right. That's not her fault that we missed the plane. So why are you yelling and screaming at her? So how can I advocate for the people that I'm here to serve? How can I help them? And as far as this whole chronic pain thing goes, I keep going back and forth on whether I want to actually do something in that market or not, because it does stir up so much stuff for me. It does stir up so many emotional things for me that I'm just having a hard time committing to it. I know that I can help, and I know I could advocate for people, and I know I could make a real difference, but I'm just not sure I'm ready to address all of the things and all the things in my past and all the things that I've dealt with. I'm just, being honest, I'm not sure I'm ready to deal with it or not. Probably that means I need to deal with it the most, right? So what are you working on today? Anything I can help you with? It's a quiet day around here, and I always like distractions from having to do things around the house. So hit me up on social media or direct message me if I can help you in any way, shape, or form. I'm all about linking people up with the people that can serve them best. And if I'm that person, great. If I'm not, I probably know somebody that can help you. No matter what it is, what's your next thing? And that's the way to simplify it and figure out and stay on track. Don't think about all the millions of things you have to do, because that will stress the living daylights out of you. Just think of, what is my next thing? What is the next thing I need to know? What is the next thing I need to learn? What is the next thing I need to do? And only do that. Just do that next thing. And once you have the next thing figured out, the thing after that and the thing after that, they'll show up. They'll be right there, and you'll know with 100% certainty, okay, I did this. I took this step toward what I wanted, and this next thing showed up. The next thing I need to do showed up. This 90-day challenge, that's a good example of it. I did initially do a brainstormed list of the 90 days and what I would like to cover. And I don't think for 3 days out of 60 so far that I've ever actually landed on what I had selected for those top 60 days. I don't know that any day has ever matched up. Now, are we covering all those things? Yes. In the order I had written? Absolutely not. Do I know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow? Well, yeah, I do tomorrow, because I've been kind of doing it in little blocks at a time. This is what we're going to cover. This is what I'm going to talk about. This is what my example is going to be. And I will admit, I'm having more trouble, and it's been a bigger challenge for me actually participating in the challenge and doing my part and my role in it. Yesterday, my video was terrible. It was, oh my God, it was so bad. I had to hurry because my granddaughter showed up. They showed up on time, but early for usual than she usually comes, and I wasn't done with my video, so it was awful. So me doing the challenge, it's hard. It's just like everybody else going through the challenge. It doesn't always turn out perfectly, but guess what? I can always reshoot that video. I can always redo it. For the challenge, I didn't. I just did it and left it out there, but I didn't share it with the group that I'm sharing with, so I will redo it. I will redo that exercise with the people that I'm here to serve in the challenge, but I didn't share it yesterday because I'm like, yeah, I'm not sharing that. Looking down at my paper and stuff, I'm like, yeah, never gonna happen. So, because I can't see it anyway, so I'm just looking down for no reason. And so it just looks awkward. So we all have those days, right? We all have those situations where we need to redo things. And me, I hate rework. So it's a struggle for me, but I will do it. So what are you working on? If I can help you in any way, let me know. Otherwise, of course, I'll be with you tomorrow and let you know what I'm working on as I transition from the brick and mortar world of business to the online world. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.